And gentlemen, here today to another episode, well, to another video on my channel. And today, obviously, we're going to be quickly discussing some F1 news. Now, we got two big news stories today. Obviously, the first one, as you may have read by the title of this video, F1 2021 rules have been postponed. Now, I'm going to give you more details on that in a second, but before we even endeavour to go into that, okay, obviously, we're going to talk about, obviously, the Grand Prix, you know, and, you know, what races, well, how the season is being affected, and basically why it's been affected, of course. So, obviously, earlier this morning, we had, some breaking news already, about around midday. I think it was around 12 o'clock, maybe a bit before that, maybe 11, that the Dutch, Spanish Grand Prix and Monaco Grand Prix have been postponed, obviously, due to the coronavirus, of course, as cases still continue to rise across the world and across Europe. So yeah, some pretty big breaking news in there, in matter of fact. And yeah, what big news we had, obviously, from obviously that little bit. So, you know, in a way, no surprise, I guess, though, to some degree. I guess you could expect it, because, you know, with Grand Prix been cancelled this season, you know, to see another one just fall isn't really any surprise anymore, you know. But, yeah, you know, I was rather shocked, though, when I saw the next thing appear on my Twitter. F1 have decided, you know, with basically all 10 teams agreeing to postpone the rule change of these Formula 1 cars to 2022. Now, obviously, that is some pretty big news indeed, and we will just discuss what this means for Formula 1 as a sport, what it could potentially mean anyway. But before I do so, I'll just read you the press release by the FIA, basically saying what it says. 2021 FIA Formula 1 technical regulations postponed. Following a unanimous agreement between the FIA Formula 1 and all teams, okay, the implementation of the technical regulations due to take effect from 2021 season will be postponed until 2022. All parties further discuss the current situation of the 2020 championship and how the sport will react to the ongoing challenges caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the current volatile financial situation this has created, it has been agreed that teams will use a 2020 chassis for 2021, with the potential freezing of further components to be discussed in due course. The introduction and implementation of financial regulations will go ahead as planned in 2021. Which sounds good, and discussions remain ongoing between the FIA, Formula 1 and all teams regarding further ways to make significant cost savings. All teams express their support for the FIA and Formula 1 in their ongoing efforts to restructure the 2020 calendar as global situations regarding COVID-19 develops. All those commitments will be referred to the relevant governing structures for final ratification. So, obviously, we'll start off with the big talking point then. So, you know, big talking point is, okay, in that, that we won't be seeing next year's new cars. You know, basically, next year we'll see the same old cars hit the track, same chassis that are going to be used. So, basically, same cars are going to be used, you know, basically, once again next year, to reduce, in a way, I guess, the cost of Formula 1, instead of making them all build a new chassis. sort of for their cars, and that's obviously due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now, obviously, that's obviously not only due to the coronavirus pandemic, but because obviously of the financial situation that this pandemic is causing around the globe, of course, and in particularly its effect it's having on Formula 1 in Pacific. Now, obviously, I was not expecting this statement to come out today. If I was expecting a statement like this, I would have expected it maybe somewhat in, you know, I don't know, a good few months, maybe around June time, you know, maybe a little bit before June, maybe around May, maybe. I don't know. It wouldn't have been though today. I certainly didn't expect this situation to come out like this today. I was probably expecting it far later. And it's, yeah, come out obviously today, the news, and yeah, what do I think of it all? Well, I guess, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it probably is the right decision, considering all 10 teams agreed to this, because, you know, it is obviously taking its toll, certainly from a financial point of view. You look at all the stock markets in the world, compare them to, let's say, a week ago, and I don't think there'll be one stock market apart from Asda, Lidl, Sainsbury's, and supermarkets that are booming right now, because quite frankly the toilet roll industry must be, you know, right now the most trending thing out there right now at the moment, because I've never known toilet roll to be such important, necessary in all my life. You know, toilet roll, don't get me wrong, very important, but certainly not as important as other stuff, you know, I didn't think, like, you know, certainly not, you know, it's less important, let's say, than paying your gas bill. That's the way I would look at that. Like, you know, it's nice to have a good toilet roll, yeah, but it was more, I would determine it as a luxury, if that makes sense. Some toilet rolls, but yeah, now due to coronavirus, it's a need, it's a must-have. It's more popular than an iPhone toilet roll, which, don't get me wrong, yeah, it's rather intriguing to say the least. But as I say, yeah, no surprise to some degree due to the financial situation. As I say, this is having on obviously majority of global markets. As I say, there's probably not one global market right now where actually they're up in terms of share price, if that makes sense. So yeah, you know, quite frankly, it's rather intriguing to see how this all develops. But obviously to see the cancellation of, you know, well, not cancellation, but postponement of, you know, basically the 2021 rule changes. Okay, yes, whilst they're still going to be implementing the financial regulations for next season, however, it's still, I don't think, really going to make it feel much different. It really probably isn't. So yeah, you know, obviously, I guess though, it's very interesting to see what happens next. What does it mean for short term? Well, it probably means, certainly for short term, we're probably going to see racing go, well, take place June, probably to December time. I don't know whether they'll extend the calendar into December, and what it probably means for next year. Well, obviously it means that we're basically going to see the same cars return twice. What component freezes will take place, I honestly don't know. What them components will be. So yeah, you know, it will be really interesting to see what's going to happen, certainly for short term of Formula 1. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think it is the right decision Formula 1 has made here. I don't think there was any other decision they could have possibly come to. Like, 'cause don't get me wrong, if they didn't reach this decision or make a decision such as this, you know, this would have such tough times, because Ferrari have basically had to shut down for a month, and quite frankly, they should be all designing the 2021 cars right now. And yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you don't want to, you know, with like, let's say, a team like Ferrari, probably they could still get away with a month's break in development of them 2021 cars. But for a team like Williams, absolutely not. Williams really have to be working, let's say, flat out on designing these cars. You know, and quite frankly, this has bought, let's say, Williams extra time in finding solutions to take the fight to the big teams, let's say. And, you know, I think this is the only way Formula 1 could have done it. I don't really see any other solution really from here, and as I say, all 10 teams have agreed it, so, you know, I don't think anyone can complain. So yeah, you know, not a great Grand Prix, by the way, there. But yeah, thank you for watching, have a great day, see you next time. Tomorrow I'm going to do a channel update for what it means for me, and what I'm going to be changing about the channel, because obviously, don't get me wrong, we've all been affected by this. So, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, like, yeah, as I say, quite frankly, I think, it's not really, struggling to say his words. Obviously, right now, obviously, as you can imagine, okay, this has affected everyone's season and channels, I guess, as well. Thank you for watching, have a great day.